In previous video we had already learned the strokes and linings and also shared few worksheets to get practice these strokes and lining. So before going to learn alphabets, writing alphabets, take 4-rule book and draw standing lines, sleeping lines, curves and then slanting lines. So initially draw these tracing patterns like dotted line and ask them to trace over these lines for one line, and the second line just put dots like this and ask them to join these two dots with slanting line, so that they will learn how to write in this 4-rule book. In the same way we can draw the sleeping line from left to right. First initially ask them to practice or to trace over these patterns for 1 to 2 lines and then ask them to join over these two dots. In the same way I have written for right curve and left curve, and the same patterns for slanting line. Ask them to trace over these slanting lines and then join from first dot to the second one. As soon as they start writing with the pencil on the paper, they don't have much strength, so initially they can't put the strength and write very clearly. It's okay, but as they practice for 1 or 2 days they can write very clearly. So the same patterns for left slanting line. Next we learn the alphabets A, B, C, D in uppercase and then lower. Yeah, I have prepared this for A letter in uppercase and then the lower case. Coming to the uppercase A, just trace over these dotted lines, the first one, the second one and then the sleeping line. The same way up slanting lines and then the sleeping line. Once they are good with these tracing alphabet, then they can write like slanting line and one more slanting line and then the sleeping line. To show you, I just written in the 2 lines, but you can write the entire page and ask your kids to write for the entire page the uppercase A. Coming to the lowercase a, here they have to write one curve and then the slanting line, and ask them they should not go beyond these first black line and then the second black line. So when they start writing in this 4-rule book, they will come to know that they should not write beyond these 2 black lines. Even for the uppercase, they should not go beyond the first pink line, and the slanting line should not cross beyond the second black line. So once they practice this tracing small a letter, then they can write with the help of this dot. Start from here, circle and then the standing line, the curve and then the standing line. Before coming to these tracing patterns, you can draw this alphabet A so that kids can draw with the help of crayon from the first direction. This one, just curve and then standing line. So they can draw with the help of crayons as many times as they can. So once they are comfortable with this picture, they can come to the tracing small a. Once they finish writing alphabet A in the uppercase and then lower case, we can explain the word like the alphabet A sound is A, and this one is axe, and this is house. Circle the picture that begins with sound A. So kids has to circle axe. With this worksheet, kids can learn alphabet A in uppercase, lower case, and the sound of alphabet A and the word which begins with alphabet A. Next alphabet is B. In the same way I have prepared the worksheet for B also. They have to trace over this alphabet B in the uppercase for first 2 to 3 lines and then just put 2 dots so that they can start writing standing line and 2 curves. First curve between pink line and the first black line, and the second curve in between first black line to second black line. Once they are good with this, they can start using single dot, standing line and then curve. Coming to B, here give them a crayon and ask them to trace over these lines, standing line and then curve. Once they are good with small b, they can come to the tracing and then write alphabet B with the help of dots. I have drawn few pictures which begins with B and the other letters. So circle the things that begins with B sound. Here we have butterfly, B, bell, B, and then the bottle, balloon. So kids can learn alphabet B in uppercase, lowercase and the words which starts with sound B. Kids can write the alphabet C. Why? Because this is just like right curve from here to this direction. So the traced patterns and they can write using this dot C. The same way small c. Even they can practice here by holding a crayon and ask them to draw the picture. Then C for cow, K, and then cat. They can circle over the picture which starts with alphabet C, the sound K. The alphabet D. In the same way I have prepared this worksheet for alphabet D and duck, kite and dolphin. They can circle the picture which starts with sound D, alphabet D. So once the kid are good enough in recognizing the alphabet A, B, C and D, we can do one exercise. I will share the worksheets in coming video. Thanks for watching.